In this week's video, we're going to turn something a little bit special. I think that is a piece of Bocote, and it weighs a little over 7 pounds, and it's only 8 inches wide. Right then, as I said, I think this is a piece of Bocote. It is extremely heavy and extremely dense. Right. I threw it on the scales before I started the video, and this is the result I got. Right, so it's 3,200 and odd grams, and when I converted that to pounds, it's a little over 7 pounds. Right, I can see myself having to sharpen a lot during this video because this seems to be extremely dense wood. Right, probably very oily. I've never cut this size of Bocote before. I've used it on pens, right, but I've never cut a big piece like this before, so it's something new. And we'll give it a shot. First thing I'm going to do is round it off, flatten it off, put a mortise in it. We'll see how it goes. Now there is a crack there, but hopefully it'll turn out, and there is one there, and that one may have to be treated. It depends how deep it goes. I don't, it's hard to tell, but it seems to go kind of halfway down. Might have to be treated. I don't know what's going to happen when I get inside this. Right, so I'll just sharpen up the gouge and we get on with this. See, this is as bad as I think it's going to be to cut. Yeah, that gouge is already blunt. Right, so what I'll do is we'll round this off and I'll come back to you when that's done. Right then, I've got this down to round and I've got a flat, and I'm actually going to use a tenon rather than a mortise on this. I would say getting it down to here took about 20 minutes, right? So this is going to be a beaut to do. Some fantastic colour in this wood. It's black and gold basically, right? But it is extremely hard. Right then, we give this a shot. See if we can get it down a bit more. Right, I'm going to attempt what I normally do on bowls, which is I'm going to take the corner out here and then start shaping, hopefully. As I said, this is extremely dense wood. I'm having to sharpen the gouge every few cuts on it. finished cuts around here. I'm just trying to get this bowl into some sort of a shape. You can see there, it's not cutting at all. The gouge is now completely blunt again after those couple of cuts. What I'll do is I'll change the piece of the gouge I'm using. Go to a sharp piece again. And that's all she wrote. This could be quite nice when it's done. Right, I'm not going to bother putting a foot or anything on it. What I'll do when I'm finishing it is I'll scoop in a little bit. Right, I'll go and sharpen this again. Sharpness is gone again. I'm going to use as many of the bevels on the gouge as I can in between each sharpening. Just to try and get this to some sort of shape. And what I mean by as many bevels is basically this is the way I was taught, right? There's 5 bevels on a gouge. There's a side bevel there, there's a nose bevel, and there's the bevel here. That's where the end of the horseshoe is. Right? That's the way I was taught it. Right, there's the other level now. Definitely cuts easier that way. Now, this bit that I glued, has it stayed? That seems to have closed up a bit there. Right. We'll have to see how that behaves. Right. Now we're going to try and start getting a shape on this. Right, now, I'll bring it up slightly, there, and then bring the thorn in, to give it just a slight little raise. I'm not joking, I've cut some tough woods in my time, but this is unreal. This slightly to Engage a little bit more of the blade. Now full cut. There's a slight bump there in the curve that I'm trying to get out of, and I want to swoop that in a little bit more. I want to get a decent finish on that. I did. But I'm still not happy about that corner there. Just because it's difficult to cut doesn't mean I'm going to cut corners. Just there. And in the carpentry store sorted me out 2 more blades for this gouge. There. I can't see it, but I can feel a bump just there and there. And I didn't think I'd be needing the new blade so quickly, but you never know at this. This bowl may kill the blades. They're, in case anybody's wondering, they're Robert Sorby 1/2 inch with my own grind on them. There. Just there. No, come again. Yeah, I got it. Right then, I'm going to sand and finish that part. And I'll be back in a second. Right, I forgot to turn the camera on when I was flipping this over. But I wanted to flip this before I put the wax on it, so that I could get the wax where I wanted and not where I didn't want. Right? The shine on this is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. The wood has a couple of little flaws in it, but I'm not going to touch them. I'm going to leave them. Right then, there's some worm there, and there's some worm there. Right, this is why I wanted to flip it over, so that you could see the worm clearly in this camera up here. Right, I don't think it would have been, the way the light is, I don't think it would have been too clear if it was pointing that way. There's a lot of worm there, but the shine on this is ridiculous, and the colours are fantastic. As I said, I think this is Bocote. I'm not 100% sure because the guy I got it off wasn't 100% sure. If anybody thinks it's something else, can you drop it down in the comments, please? I've given you all the clues I can think of, but the weight and stuff. Right, I'll give you the weight as well when the bowl is finished. So now we'll just flatten this off and see about hollowing, which could take a while considering what the outside took. Get the hammer back on. Now let's start taking this down. I'll go up a little bit. The end grain here might give you more of a clue if you're trying to figure out what this is. Actually, putting frost like this isn't too bad. And there's the bounce between the gouge is going blunt. Look at this one finish. That gouge is now blunt. Get that one finished. There's a look at the end grain. It's very black on this side and it's gold on that side. Right, so looks like I'll be sharpening a lot when I'm hollowing it too. Right, there's a slight crack. Here, mate, I'll show it to you. Right. There, see it? So I'm trying to get down below that, and I don't know how far I'm going to have to go down with the other bit of the crack that's there. I think one more cut will get us down right below that crack. Look at this. Where is it? There it is there. So I think, no, I still feel a lip there that will get caught on something. So I'm going to go again. I think I've said this before, I would rather lose size on a bowl than not have it perfect. Yeah, that should be okay. Right. Now, I do want to mark width on this, just for myself. There. Right, that's going to be the width we're aiming for, which could take a while. Right. So I'll go and sharpen this gouge again, and I'll be back again. Right then, let's go and try and hollow this out. See how bad it is. The answer is, it's not good. I have to be very sure that I'm cutting this very clean, because if I put too much pressure on it with a blunt gouge, it's going to snap that tenon. Right then, I'm sharpening so much doing this that it'll just speed this hollow up. If something happens, I'll come back in, but I'll just speed this hollow up, throw on a bit of music, and if you want, you can watch it being hollowed. But it's just, I'm having to sharpen so much, this is going to take ages. Right then, those keen eyes among you may have noticed that I'm not turning the gouge as much as I normally do. It's more of a scraping technique I'm using here because it seems to work better. Whereas normally I would go in like that and turn the gouge to about there. I'm only turning the gouge to about there. Right then, somewhere in here there is a rock hard seam of wood, and I think it's the black. And what's happening is the gouge, every time it goes around, is bouncing on that. So that's causing me a little bit of grief. Right, before I go any further, I'm going to try and get a nice clean cut on this and get away from that bounce. So I'm going to go really slow. Try and get away from that bounce that's causing. What I'm trying to do is avoid having to use a negative rate scraper on this, because I don't think it will like a scraper. You hear the bounce? Yeah, I think it's bouncing on the black wood. There's a bump just there. There's a bump there I don't like. I need to get that out. Sorry, going further. Use the inside of the gouge this time, just to try and level that out. Yeah, I got it. Right then, now we are still about that thick on the bottom. Yeah, I got it. Now just gotta get down that bit out and take it down slightly more. I'm going to speed the lathe up a little bit, bring some help in here. There's the centre knob out. Right, but I want to get one more cut down the bottom down there. So I'm going to resharpen the gouge once more, hopefully. Now try and bring this down slightly more. That little knob in the middle is a pain in the butt. No, not happy with that. There's a bump there. There's a slight bump in that, so I'm going to use the other side of the gouge. Fine. Even it up. Yeah, I got it. Right, some tool marks there. I might have to try and sand it. Right, we're going to try with the negative rake. With the negative rake, to see if I can get those tool marks out. I was trying to avoid using this, but I don't really have a choice at the moment. Right then, we'll get that sanding and I'll be right back to you. Right then, just buffing the wax off. For some reason the battery on the second camera has died. It might need a new battery at this stage or something. But I'll use the macro camera to give you a look inside of this when it's buffed. Now my finishes are normally pretty good, but the shine on this is just ridiculous. Look at that shine. Heavy wax there, get rid of. Where else? There's some warm in there as well and along the edges, but the colours in this are absolutely out of this world, and the shine, as I said, that's just nuts. Right, now what I'll do is I'll take it off, I'll stick it on the vacuum chuck, and I will do the base, and then I'll give you a better look at it. So I'll be back in a sec. Right then, there we have it. A 7.5 by 3 inch, what I think is Bocote. I'm not 100% sure, so if anybody can definitely ID this stuff, it would be absolutely fantastic. Right, as I promised, I will weigh it. And we have I don't know if you can pick that up, but it's 499 grams, which is basically a pound, right? So a little 7.5 inch bowl weighs a pound, which is extremely heavy for a bowl that size. So as I said, if anybody can put a definite ID on this thing, if they wouldn't mind sticking it in the comments, right? Absolutely beautiful bowl. And if you enjoyed that or got anything out of it, if you wouldn't mind clicking a like on the video, and I'll see you in the next one.